Smash, you motherfucker! I'm gonna beat your ass, you little bitch! Come here! Brr, 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 brr. Konnichiwa minasan, genki desu ka? I'm Dave, and today we're taking a look at Midoriya Izuku from the anime My Hero Academia. Deku Smash! Izuku, also known as Deku, wanted to grow up and be a superhero like his idol All Might. His dreams were smashed when he later found out he was born without any abilities, but even that wasn't going to stop him from being the hero he was always meant to be. Here is Deku unboxed, and yeah, that's it. Starting off with his faceplates, he comes with his standard gentle smile, and those freckles really make him look so cute. This is followed by his nervous crying expression that is just so funny, but when it's time to get serious, Izuku can put on his fighting face. As for accessories, well, this is where he is really lacking. He doesn't come with much. First off, before we get to those though, Deku is a Heroes Edition Nendoroid. That means he has joints on his elbows and his knees, and they actually work pretty well on Deku's Nendoroid, unlike a certain Resident Evil hero.
You suck!
As for the accessories that do come with his Nendoroid, he comes with a smash effect part that is written in a comic book style that looks really cool and is really colorful, and he comes with a bunch of hand parts that you can switch out. The two most notable being one where he's concentrating all his power into one finger, and the other hand part where it shows a flaming fist effect, and it looks so freaking awesome. Now it's time to suit up and check out his poses. Now Deku is a really simple character, so it makes sense that his Nendoroid is simple too. He looks absolutely amazing and he is stunning, and I just love his Nendoroid design. I especially love his hair. It looks so cool, and the dark green really stands out and looks so good. Another thing that separates Deku's Nendoroid from other Nendoroids is that his hands and feet are actually pretty big. It must be those giant boots and gloves he's wearing. Now Deku really lacks in accessories, but what could have made this Nendoroid a lot better is if he came with more expressions. Deku is the type of character that shows so many funny expressions throughout the anime, and it would have been nice if he came with like 5 different faceplates. That would have more than made up for the lack of accessories. With that said, it also would have been really cool if Deku came with his mask, because his Figma actually came with a mask, but that was a pre-order exclusive bonus. Even though he doesn't come with this mask, he actually does wear a piece of his mask around his neck on his Nendoroid, and that is a pretty neat detail. Now, one thing to note about this Nendoroid is that around his waist he has a utility belt, and that has 2 pieces that can be easily removed, so you have to be careful because I almost lost some of those pieces several times while putting this Nendoroid together. Now, what I love about Deku is how emotional he is. He really does wear his heart on his sleeve, but he does cry a bit too much. And sometimes it's so heartbreaking, and other times it's really freaking hilarious. So this is easily one of my favorite faceplates because of how vulnerable he looks, and he just looks so cute. Though now that I think about it, crying faceplates are usually my favorite. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with the anime, you probably think this pose is kind of weird unless you know the context, but essentially this depicts a scene from the end of episode 5 where Deku has to prove that he can control his powers. Now, one thing I do want to note about his hand accessory is that even though it still looks pretty cool, it does not look as good as it does on the box, and that is kind of disappointing. Now, my favorite thing about Deku is that when someone needs help, he's going to do whatever he can to protect them, even if it means smashing up some bitches. Here, Deku has gone in full-on attack mode, and he has that big smash effect over his head, and it looks like he is straight out of a comic book. I love this facial expression because the way his teeth are clenched, it just makes him look so serious, especially since we just saw him look so vulnerable. It would have been nice if there were more word effects, though you probably could just make those yourself. Overall, I love Deku's Nendoroid. He's just so adorable. I would have loved if he came with more faceplates, and that would have really made up for his lack of accessories, but I'm still really happy because his joints work really well, his shoulders are nice and sturdy, his knees look really nice too. Even though he's lacking, I still really like his Nendoroid. You just can't hate on Deku. He's the best! And as a side note, Deku's Nendoroid was actually brought to us by the manufacturer Tomitech, who has done other Nendoroids in the past. Speaking of the anime, if you guys are not watching My Hero Academia, I definitely recommend it. It is a superhero shonen that takes place in a high school for aspiring heroes, and it's just really beautifully executed, even though that does sound cliche. It has a bunch of intense emotional moments while still being really funny. I've also been really vague on what Deku's superpower is, also known as a quirk, but that's because if I told you it would be a huge spoiler, so if you want to find out, go ahead and watch My Hero Academia. Alright, so that is going to do it for me here today. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Smash! Dare you die!